Hi, we're live. It's Tuesday, and today we are going to do an entire EFT tapping session on imposter syndrome. So, if imposter syndrome is something that you are struggling with, then this is going to be the video that you come back to over and over and over again every single time that you're dealing with our friend imposter syndrome. So, I'm just going to wait, say, a minute or two, see if people come on. Super excited. So I've been wanting to do this for a while. I love to teach and love to, if you guys don't know, I was a yoga teacher for 5 years. And so I love to hold space for groups and teach an awesome class. I love to teach workshops, whether it's yoga or I've taught things like vision boarding. I've taught guided meditations, EFT, spa classes. I mean, I absolutely love to teach and hold space for groups. So when I discovered that I love lives, I was like, perfect, I'm gonna mix Instagram lives with teaching, and then I can actually, I didn't think to use this as a format before, so I'm super excited, and that's why you guys have seen me go live for now 5 days in a row now. So this is day 5 of going live every single day, and I'm super excited. So if you guys don't know, today we're gonna do an EFT tapping session on imposter syndrome, and tomorrow I'm going to guide you through a meditation on cultivating self-trust and connecting to your intuition. That one's going to be in the closet, so it's nice and quiet. So we're going to have a bit of a different setup. But today we're going to do EFT for imposter syndrome. So I'm super excited. So a couple things that you're going to need. Just one thing. Water. So EFT works really well when you drink water before and after. So if you don't have a glass of water already, go ahead and go get it. I'm gonna have a drink of mine. It's super wet on the outside if you can't tell. Let's get into it. So let's talk about what EFT is. So I have a couple different definitions pulled up, especially if you've never heard of EFT before. If you guys don't know, I love definitions and I use them frequently in my work. So let's find out a bit more about what EFT is. So EFT is emotional freedom technique. It's also called tapping because you're literally tapping on different points in your body. So let's call it tapping. And this practice consists of tapping with your fingertips on specific meridian points in your body while speaking through memories, a wide range of emotions, trauma, in order to sort of reset your energy and while you talk through whatever it is that you're going through. So a meridian point is just certain points in your body that of energy that can be mapped throughout your body. So imagine EFT is we're tapping sort of like acupuncture without needles in a way. We're getting access to all those energy points in the body, but we don't have to go do acupuncture. We don't have to do anything with needles. I think acupuncture is great, by the way, but this is something you can do at home. It's totally free. You don't need to go somewhere for someone to do it for you, and it's doing it's getting that same result that acupuncture is getting, or not the same of course, but in a different way. We're accessing those energy points in the body while putting light pressure on them and then talking through emotions. So for me, the way I view tapping, it's sort of like a moving meditation. It's like a physical meditation, and you're the one that's guiding it, or maybe I'm guiding you through it, but you are sort of participating actively in the meditation. So whereas a silent meditation or maybe a guided meditation, tomorrow you'll just be sitting or lying down and just listening to my voice. Today you're actually going to be doing something physical as well. And so using that physicality and using your body in that way, for me, I've just found that it's extremely powerful, and it does what tapping says it does, which is it helps you move energy throughout the body. That's why we drink water before and after, to make it more powerful. And I think tapping is fantastic. Let's see, we have another definition here. So basically, the basic technique really requires you to focus on the negative emotion at hand, right? So a fear or anxiety, a bad memory, an unresolved problem, anything that's bothering you. And so while you're focusing on this, you're tapping through these different points in the body, and you're getting, yay, hearts. Hi, gal. What's up, Rachel? While you're talking through whatever it is that you're going through, you're stimulating these points and sort of moving them around. And for me, I found that it does exactly what it says it does, which is help you talk through something, move the energy in your body, and afterwards you feel a release and you feel so much better and you feel powerful. It's also another way that I like to look at it. It's again, I was saying, a physical meditation. I also see it as a way to imprint affirmations in your body, because you're saying these sort of affirmations out loud in a way but you're not just like saying them out loud and just speaking them out. You're also including like a physical aspect to it. And for me, it's like imprinting the affirmation in my body. And it's so much easier for me to believe the thing that I'm saying, or for it to sort of sink in, for it to stick with me and last over time. So I think tapping is fantastic. So I do a lot of tapping in my one-on-one work. I lead groups in one-on-one tapping as well, or in EFT tapping as well. And so that's why I'm bringing this to you guys today, which I'm super excited about. So we're going to do an EFT tapping session on imposter syndrome. So we already got what EFT tapping is, or tapping. And now I want to tell you a little bit more about what imposter syndrome is very quickly. So what is imposter syndrome? So I like to pull two definitions. The Cambridge Dictionary defines it as the feeling that your achievements are not real, or that you do not deserve praise or success. So the feeling that your achievements are not real, or that you don't deserve praise or success. So that's one definition. Merriam-Webster says it's a psychological condition that is characterized by persistent doubt concerning one's abilities or accomplishments, and it's accompanied by the fear of being exposed as a fraud despite evidence of one's ongoing success. So let me know if you relate to that definition, to either the feeling that your achievements aren't real, or the psychological condition that is like doubt of your abilities or accomplishments, or this fear of being exposed as a fraud. Hi, more people joining. Hello. Yeah, let me know if you relate to this. And I'm here to tell you that if we look at those definitions, what we get is that that imposter syndrome is a combination of feelings, a psychological state, and a fear. And we can work through all of those things, right? We can work through feelings, we can work through psychological states, we can work through fears. And this is exactly what tapping is going to help us to do. Sorry about that, got a call coming in. Okay, so hopefully we're on Do Not Disturb now and I won't be getting any calls. Let me tell you something really quick about imposter syndrome before we get into the session. At its core, imposter syndrome is the fear that we are going to get exposed as a fraud and kicked out of the group, right? So if we think back to, like the tribal eras of humanity, and, when we were living in tribes and living in groups, we depended on each other for safety. We depended on each other to, someone to watch and stay awake throughout the night so that we could be alerted if there was a predator coming through, or we required each other to some to wash what we were using, some to get the food, some to cook. I mean, like, we really required on each other just for survival, and we still do to this day. And so imposter syndrome is this fear of like getting kicked out of the tribe, right? But it's not just getting kicked out of the tribe. It's getting kicked out of the tribe and like dying alone in the wilderness. Like literally that is the fear. And right now it doesn't make any sense, or in a lot of cases it doesn't make any sense in this modern context. There aren't a lot of situations in which we are going to get kicked out of the tribe and die alone. But that is the survival mechanism that is still looping in our brains. It's still looping in our, survival reptilian brain. From 200,000 years ago, and it's a fantastic survival mechanism that has kept us alive for a long time, but it actually doesn't serve us anymore, because we're experiencing it when we're going to go live on Instagram, for example, or we're experiencing it when we are going to do some public speaking, or when we're experiencing it when we are going to launch our creative project and hit live on our Etsy store. This survival mechanism doesn't support us anymore in the ways that it used to before. We're not going to die alone in the wilderness by pressing live on our Etsy store, right? So this is why I love to talk about imposter syndrome as a symptom of self-doubt, and something that self-trust can really support you with, because if you trust yourself, you're going to be okay hitting live on your Etsy store or going live on Instagram or something like that. So that is what imposter syndrome is. At its core, it's this fear of getting kicked out of the tribe. How I view it is a natural response to a new situation. And so let's talk about that. And just very quickly, if you're experiencing imposter syndrome, I'm here to tell you, you're about to hit the next level. That's literally what that means. When you are experiencing imposter syndrome, that means that you are about to hit something new that you've never done before. And that's why I like to view it as a friend. So with all that in mind, knowing what tapping is, knowing what imposter syndrome is defined as, knowing the core fear behind it, and then knowing how I like to phrase it, which is a natural response to a new situation, aka you're about to hit the next level, let's see if we can do some tapping to sort of grow through this experience. So again, if you don't have water, go get your water. All You're gonna need it again for afterwards. Take a huge chug. And here we go. I'm just gonna tell you the points really quick. So we're gonna start on this point right here. It's called the karate chop point. It's right on the side of your hand. And then after we do a couple of bits of tapping here, we're gonna move to the top of the head. Then we're gonna move to the top of the brow, to the side of the head, right underneath the eye, in between the nose and your upper lip, your chin, right underneath your collarbone, right on your bra line next to your armpit, and then your two wrists together. That's it. You don't need to remember this. I'm gonna walk you through the whole time. You're gonna just follow along, follow where I'm tapping, and repeat after me. Of course, I'm not gonna know if you're repeating because we're live, but repeat after me what I say, okay? Here we go. Take a huge inhale, and let's get started. So you're gonna start tapping on the karate chop point, and just repeat after me. Even though I feel like a total imposter, I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. Even though I'm excited about this new thing and I'm feeling like a total imposter, I deeply and completely accept and trust myself. And even though imposter syndrome just shows up all the time in my life, especially when I'm about to hit the next level, I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. Huge inhale. Couple more times. Even though I feel like a total imposter right now as I look forward to my future goals, I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. Even though imposter syndrome is showing up as I look forward and think about the things that I want to do this year, I deeply and completely love and accept and trust myself. And even though I might be feeling like an imposter, I deeply and completely love and accept and forgive myself. Imposter syndrome is something that has shown up in my life a bit. But when I look back in my life, I know that I've still been able to achieve things, even while I was experiencing imposter syndrome. Yeah, I look back and I see all this evidence of my success. And it's not like that success was super easy. Sometimes in those successes, I was experiencing imposter syndrome and I was feeling like a total imposter. But I didn't let that stop me. I took action anyways. And when I look back at those actions that I took, it was me getting to the next level. Every time I've taken an action that has taken me to the next level, I've experienced imposter syndrome. I've experienced doubt. I've experienced fear. I've experienced anxiety. But I still was able to create the thing that I wanted to create. I still was able to take that step forward, even with the fear. Imposter syndrome is just a natural response to a new situation. And I know that now, even if I didn't know that before. Imposter syndrome is here to show me that I'm hitting the next level. I'm doing something new. And if I'm not uncomfortable, then that means I'm not growing. So I'm actually excited to be uncomfortable. I'm excited to be feeling like an imposter. I'm excited to think, oh my gosh, can I actually do this? Because that means I'm doing something new that I've never done before. And guess what? I know I can do this. I absolutely know I can do this. I know I have the skills to do this. I've gotten the skills in the past for the other things that I've done before. And any skills that I wanted to get, I went and got them. I know my stuff. I know I'm completely capable of growing and learning. I know that I'm 100% capable of taking action even when I'm feeling all the imposter syndrome feels. Because life is for growth. And I'm here to grow. And I know that with growth comes imposter syndrome. With growth comes anxiety and fear and stress. With growth comes self-doubt and not knowing if I can trust myself. But I know that I can always come back to who I actually am, which is a total badass capable of achieving anything I set my mind to. I literally dream stuff up and then I create it in the world. I take the thoughts in my head that I'm excited about and I make them happen. And sometimes I feel like a total bad bitch. But sometimes I also feel like an imposter. And that still doesn't stop me from creating magical shit in the world. That still hasn't stopped me from doing the things that I want to do. Because I can pick up that project any day of the week. I can pick up the things that I've been too nervous to do before and start doing them today. I can sit down and do this tapping session anytime that I want to bust through any fear that I have about being an imposter. Because I know that imposter syndrome is just trying to keep me safe. It's trying to keep me alive like it has these past 200,000 years. But I know that I'm safe. This thing I want to do, I'm gonna be okay if I do it. And actually, I'm gonna be more than okay. I'm gonna be fucking awesome. And I'm gonna say thank you so much, Impostor Syndrome, for keeping me alive. And thank you for showing me that I am on the next step to growth. But I don't need you anymore, and I'm gonna take this action anyway. Imposter Syndrome is my new best friend. Imposter Syndrome is this new marker for growth, and I'm excited when it comes into my life. I have the tools and I have the skills to move past it and grow through it. I have the knowledge and I have the skills and I have the drive to create what it is that I want to create. I am a total badass and I am fully, fully capable. I see it in my past, in my present, and I know I see it in my future too. So even though I'm feeling like an imposter sometimes, I deeply and completely love, accept, forgive, and trust myself. And so it is. Take a huge inhale. Keep going, expand those lungs. Let it out. Tick-tock your head left and right. Ah, yeah, shake it out. Grab your water. Let me know how you're feeling. I gotta do a chug. Let me know how that was for you, and if this was something that you've never done before, maybe this is something that you've done before and you are like, woo, I got a new tapping session on imposter syndrome. Awesome, thumbs up, I love it. This is your tapping session. This is going to be recorded in IGTV. You guys are going to have access to it anytime that you want. You can come join on, sort of refresh on what tapping is, what imposter syndrome is, and then come and do this tapping session anytime that you want. So I'm super excited for you guys that joined and all the ones that are going to come later. And I want to, yay, never done before. Amazing. And wasn't it so easy, right? Even though you might feel a little bit weird saying this stuff out loud, especially if there's like people around you in your house and they're like, why are you tapping your head and saying stuff? It feels so good, and I'm so proud of you for doing something new that you've never done before. So tapping is something, like I mentioned, that I do all the time, one-on-one, in groups. I'm super excited. I'm going to be putting out more tapping videos like this on live. Actually, let me know if you want me to put out more tapping videos and all the stuff that I teach. Yay, loved this. Thanks, Jessica. I'm so glad to hear that. I want to let you guys know too, I have a ton of more free resources actually. So if you aren't already in my resource library, if you check out the screen that I'm sharing now, I literally have 3 workbooks for you guys, 3 tools to cultivate self-trust, implementation intentions, a simple framework to get shit done, and morning rituals for self-trust, which I just created and dropped yesterday. And I have 10 phone wallpapers for you and more things coming. So this is all in one library. It's all in one place. All you need to do is sign up in one simple email form and you're gonna get access to all these goodies right away. And I'm gonna be putting out more tapping sessions and things like that. More goodies are gonna go into the self-trust resource library. And if you're excited to work with me, this is what we would do together. This is a bit of what we would do together. We would do something like this, a bit of tapping. It's not even 10% of the work that I do, but it does actually take up a part of the work that I do. So you sort of had a bit of a one-on-one session with me just now if you joined me on this tapping video, which I'm super excited about. So tomorrow, I'm going to be joining again live and guiding you through an entire meditation on self-trust. So same time tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central. Go ahead and put something in your calendar or click the notifications once I create the new countdown in Instagram stories, and join me tomorrow live as I'm going to walk you through a beautiful guided meditation on self-trust. And make sure you have a space prepared for it too, like get in a quiet place, block out your time. It's going to be something like this, 15-20 minutes, nice and short, midday sort of boost, and I cannot wait to see you there. Again, if you don't have access to my resource library, get your butt in there. There's so many goodies in here. 3 workbooks. I'm used to saying 2, but I just created a new one. 3 workbooks, 10 phone wallpapers. This tapping video is going to get put in there. Tomorrow's guided meditation is going to get put in there. So you're going to have access to all these self-trust tools in one place. So if you have any questions, let me know. If you have any thoughts, let me know. But for now, I'm gonna say goodbye. Yay, thanks everybody for joining. This was so much fun and I can't wait to do more stuff like this in the future. And if you have any requests for things that you want me to lead you through a tapping session on or guided meditation on, let me know in the comments or send me a DM. Cannot wait. You guys are all amazing and have a beautiful rest of your Tuesday. I will see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central.